Welcome, wahoo! Welcome back, race fans, to the GreaseCar TK Racing Diecast Late Model Tour. Oh boy, we're in for a good one tonight. I am joined, as always, by my co-commentator, Logan Joyner. How you doing tonight?
B-Rock, I'm doing really good, buddy. We're here to watch this heater at New Smyrna tonight.
Oh yeah, and a heater it's gonna be for sure. As we take a look here at our track facts, we're here at New Smyrna Speedway. Logan, why don't you run us down the track facts real quick?
Yeah, we got about a half-mile oval here. It's formerly named Daytona Raceway, which is a little strange. I guess they got some copyright issues there. Quickly changed. The corner banking is about 18 to 20 degrees between the two. Straightaway banking is at about 7 degrees. Track width is not present again. Oh, I'm sorry. Track width, that's just the header for that. Corners are about 70 foot wide, and the straightaways are 60 foot wide. So plenty of room for side-by-side racing tonight. We're going to see a lot of action here at New Smyrna.
Absolutely, Logan. As we take a look at the Boyd Technology 104 race analysis, 104 laps, 50 miles, pit speed all the way down at 35 miles per hour. These drivers are good on fuel. Again, got a little bit of inside information, and yeah, they are more than good on fuel. And again, might see a little bit of tire strategy, as there is one extra set of tires for these drivers tonight. And track record, 17.396 seconds around this place by Ryan Kuhn, who is the iRacing track record holder. But hold the phone, we've got one of GreaseCar's very own, Drew Wooten, 8th fastest on iRacing with a 17.479. That's pretty impressive to be less than a tenth of a second off the track record here.
Yeah, and just a reminder, that's 8th fastest in the whole entire world, so that is very impressive. That's very hard to do. I would say probably your average is probably going to be in the thousands of if you had to put a number on it. So that's very impressive by Drew Wooten. I think we know who we're going to be picking tonight.
Yeah, he might have to be both of the picks for tonight, honestly. I mean, he's already shown a lot of speed here in practice, so definitely have to keep an eye on him during the race. But let's take a look at our point standings so far after 3 races. So the man we just spoke of, Drew Wooten, currently in the points lead with 2 race wins. Second is going to be Dennis Wilder Jr., 7 points back. Third is going to be Nicholas Priest, 13 points back. In fourth, Avery Schwalm, 22 points back. And in fifth, Nikki G, 26 points back.
Yeah, in 6th, we got Travis Ellington. 7th, we have Eric Purcell. 8th, we have Davis Warren, 38 points behind. 9th, Braden Campbell. And in 10th, we have Eli Lewis, which is 50 points behind.
Yeah, and as we look through the rest of them here, Tristan Stevenson, Zach Smith, Chad McLeod, Blaine Harrison, Charlie Brown, Dylan Gooden, Matt Grimm, the Grim Reaper, Casey Quigley, Johnny Parham, and Thomas Mull Jr. are going to round out our top 20 in points here. So definitely some drivers that have showed up first 3 weeks and been able to finish out the races. Definitely sitting in a much better spot than some of these other guys that find themselves more than 30 points back only after a couple of races here, or a handful of races. So definitely a lot of work to do for some of these guys.
Yeah, it's not out of reach, but definitely gotta put your head down and start focusing up, because you get out in the 80s, it's hard. I mean, you're talking 2-3 races out of reach there, so definitely gotta focus up if you're in those double digits in the 7s and 8s. But it's not out of reach. Just gotta focus up and do what you gotta do. Right now, I'm really focusing on our top 8. They're probably the closest within reach. Anything can happen throughout these 14 races, as we're about 3 of the way through. Nathan, what we got next up?
Next up, we'll just take a quick look at our schedule here. So just a reminder for you guys at home, we are off next week.
Oh, Valentina's Day.
And so we will see you guys again back on the 21st for the Kicking the Tires 100 at Nashville Fairgrounds. As we see in the background, Tucker up there in the flag stand, signaling the end of practice as get start on qualifying. But man, this is looking pretty good here for the schedule going forward. I know we've talked a lot so far about some of the races we'd really like to see. I think we're both looking forward to Bristol, Logan. I think that's going to be a very interesting one to broadcast. I definitely will bring lots of alcohol to that one for myself, as well as being able to give some to the drivers. Hopefully, I don't know how that'll work.
Yeah,
but
word on the street is I might be in that race, so we're gonna have
that's
to
true.
see.
That's true. Yeah, we might have a little in-race reporter with our very own Logan Joyner for that race. So that's definitely going to be an interesting one. But yeah, that is our schedule going forward until the end of the 2024 A season, as we shift here into qualifying and start to take a look at some of these times that are being put down. So far, Travis Ellington gonna grab the provisional pole with a 18.04 as his best lap time. Chris Blackstock in the 6th, currently in 2nd with an 18.23, but Garrett Thompson gonna jump to the top of the board, or to the 2nd in the boards here, right behind Travis Ellington with a 18.05, so just a 100th off of Ellington.
I would just like to say for next week, I think we should have all the drivers' spouses do a powder puff race for Valentine's Day. I think that'd be fun to broadcast, but who am I to?
Yeah, maybe if we can get the drivers on board, wives, if you're watching, pressure your husband into husband, significant other, boyfriend, if they haven't manned up and proposed, to go ahead and get on, tell them I'm driving on your sim next week, and we'll have some fun.
We'll have a demo derby
broadcast. Yeah, demo derby. We'll make it happen one way or another. But yeah, maybe more to come on that. So definitely be ready for that. That sounds like a good time. I will definitely have to get some people up in the booth for that one.
Definitely. So look back at qualifying. Dennis Wilder Jr. goes to the top of the charts with a 17.964. Right behind him, Eric Purcell with a 17.993. Travis Ellington in P3 with an 18.043. Right.
Yeah, top 3. Pretty close competition here at New Smyrna. Not sure what the best time was in practice, but these guys are pretty much within a tenth of each other, which, as we saw from, Drew Wooten's lap, or, 8th best in the world, he was only, about a tenth or so off of that best time. So definitely really close between these guys, and just, really, really tight track here.
Yeah, right now Drew Wooten only has an 18.42. I'm not sure if he's ran all of his laps yet. And I stand corrected. He goes to the top of the charts with a 9.30.
Yeah, so 9.3 flat. Gonna distance himself by 3/100 as he's closing out his qualifying attempt there. Currently in provisional pole, it's going to be really tough for some of these guys to beat him, just because the man is, obviously, as we've already talked about, he's got, super fast. You've seen him the past few weeks, right? It's just, it's going to be tough tonight.
Yeah, I may have to leave this broadcast because I'm looking right now on YouTube and I see a Grease Vision it's going live, so I'll not stick around.
Oh, yeah, I'd probably go support that and with the broadcast, but I think that would kind of counteract what we're doing right here, to be honest.
Well, nobody wants to hear me talk anyways, so yeah, right now we only have 2 cars left to qualify. Trent Curtis and Mitchell Riggs not posted a time. See if they may be on track. I do not see they're on track. They may not be qualifying, so looks like we got a field of about maybe 15, 16 cars tonight, maybe 17. I don't have an exact number, but somewhere around that mark, so gonna be a lot of action tonight. Never watched a race here. Actually, just got this track on iRacing, so I don't know anything about this track, but I'm gonna go ahead and guess that it's probably a bottom line track.
Yeah, hearing some of the talk in practice, it seems like, definitely, as we've seen week after week with these cars, that it's definitely a bottom happy track, but there's always the did you go too low there? So I think that might come into play as we see guys make moves later in the race that go
That's the question
under
for
the
D-Rock
yellow
if
line.
it goes too lower, but
Ah.
anyways, so we're about to kick off or kick in the tires heats here. Looks like we're not gridding up.
Not quite yet. These guys are still in the pits, but yeah, as we take a look here at the qualifying results real quick while these guys grid up. So Drew Wooten is going to be our Castle QuickTime Award winner with a 17.93 flat. Dennis Wilder right behind him in P2, Eric Purcell, Nick Owen in 4th, Travis Ellington in 5th.
Yep, so also these top 5 drivers are going to be inverted. So that being said, Travis Ellington will start first, Nick Owen second, Eric Purcell third, Dennis Wilder Jr. 4th, and Drew Wooten in 5th. And 6th, we have Avery Schwalm. 7th, we have Garrett Thompson. 8th, we have Nicholas Priest. 9th, Bradley Stefan? I don't know. I probably botched that up. 10th, we have Tristan Stephenson. So, Stevenson, sir. Anyways,
Let's
heat race
watch some heat race, man. All right, so these guys are ready for the kick in the tires heat races. Still just impatiently waiting behind the iRacing official pace car. Looks like
we got about 5 seconds till the engines fire here. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure on the field, but is it just going to be the one tonight? 2 heats?
Yeah, it's going to be 1 heat. And it looks like we may have, yep, we're going to have a consolation race tonight. 1 car is not going to make the show tonight.
Oh, this is interesting now, because usually we have the 2 heats and everyone makes it, and it's really just a battle for the points, but not the case tonight, as one driver.
Well,
not
I may be. No, I am mistaking about that. It should be 20 cars make the feature, so everybody makes it in. It's showing there's going to be a consolation race, but I think that's going to be
might
skipped.
skip it. Yeah, we'll have to see.
They're about 2 cars short of having 1 sent home, so it's like everybody gets the golden ticket to the chocolate factory tonight.
Yes, they do. That's extra points right there.
That's a peaker.
That is a peaker.
Man, we all saw that Twisted Tea video that went around years ago. Are we going to see that with the car tonight?
Oh my gosh.
Nicholas going as we get this race rolling.
We are green Twisted Tea into turn 1.
Nicholas going, fighting hard on the outside here. Washes up the track, almost into the wall, but he sticks it on the outside. The 51 getting all over the back bumper of the 59 here, trying to make a move. Nicholas going holding tight onto that outside line. It looks like he might be able to clear the 51. No, he's not going to be able to.
Yeah, and it looks like Ellington's just going to try to extend out as Goen and Purcell are in hot pursuit, battling hard behind him. And it looks like Wilder's actually going to be able to hang it and keep that spot around the outside of Drew Wooten there. So Wilder Jr. getting up and at him early with only 7 laps to go in this heat race.
Oh. The cold deuce of Drew Wooten having a little trouble there coming off of turn 2.
Yeah, definitely struggled a lot after, the top 5 got inverted here, but
makes a move to the inside of Goen, and he wrecks Goen coming off of turn 2. Oh, Drew Wooten gets spun.
Oh,
no
man.
yellow flag.
No yellow. We stay green. I was about to go to a Grease Vision Rec replay, but we're still under green.
We got a battle for the lead. Eric Purcell takes over the 59.
Oh! And Ellington in the wall.
59's into the wall. He twisted tees the wall.
Twisted tees the wall.
Eric Purcell trying to walk away with it with 4 laps to go in this heat race.
Eric Purcell in the lead, closely followed. I mean, I think Dennis Wilder Jr. here in second has kind of been able to avoid most of the carnage and all the fighting, so he's just kind of waiting to see what happens here. Maybe he can make a move on Purcell with 3 laps to go. Logan, I don't know if you are up to live or not, but it's never a bad time to check.
Well, I'm right on pace with you, man.
All right.
Unless your stream is behind.
I think it should be good, but let's see, 2 laps to go.
Yep.
Purcell around 3 and 4, coming out of turn 4 for the penultimate time. White flag in the air, sponsored by some bank company.
Yeah, magically, we've seen this before. I have some Matrix stuff going on here. The 88 turns into the 51 for some reason. He put on a Superman cape, and he's going to take home the kick in the tires heats. Eric Purcell in P1.
Eric Purcell, your winner for the Kick of the Tires heat race. The only one tonight, based on the race setup here at New Smyrna. But, man, let's see. Are we jumping straight? Oh, we are straight into the feature. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
We are moving quick here tonight on GreaseCar. Quick shout out, because we did bring it up and then we let you down. Well, we didn't let you down. I guess iRacing let you down. Panzer Performance Last Chance Qualifier. We haven't had one yet. We're looking to have one. We'd love to have one. I think it'd be great to call one. But quick shout out to those guys and for sponsoring our race last week at Kern as well.
At Kevin Harvick's Kern Speedway.
How could I? How dare I? As we take a quick look here at the heat finish, as these guys are gritting up for the feature. Eric Purcell going to be our Kicking the Tires heat race winner. Dennis Wilder Jr. in second, Travis Ellington in third, Avery Schwalm in fourth, Tristan Stevenson up to fifth. But something I want to talk about here, Drew Wooten and Nick Gowen started up in the top 5, ended up collecting each other, and I believe, does that force them? I think, yeah, that forces them to start here basically at the rear of the field for the feature race.
Yeah, it definitely does. That's going to be a hard battle. If anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Drew Wooten. But it's going to be a hard-fought battle. He might be our Buffalo Transformers for Services Hard Charger Award tonight. I don't know. We'll have to see.
We will have to see that. And I love that award so much. I know
it's a mouthful.
It is. That's what she said. But I mean, that is a mouthful for sure. Great award though. Love those guys over at Buffalo Transformer Services, and very thankful for sponsoring GreaseCar with the Hard Charger Award for the season.
Definitely, but don't get in that 59's way. He will twist it to you right in the forehead. So we.
Oh my God. You're really sticking to that bit, aren't you?
Yeah, I want to see some action here on this track tonight. Enough with the BS. We're getting down to racing here.
Amen. That is what I'm talking about. So pace car is off down pit lane. Eric Purcell gonna lead us to the green.
As we see him dive off into turn 1, hard battle for the lead. It looks like Eric Purcell's going to squeeze the 002 of Dennis Wilder Jr. up to the wall. No contact made, cleanly passed. Looks like Eric Purcell might have a chance to run away with it right here if he could just settle in. The 84 of Avery Schwalm trying to make a little noise to the 002 of Dennis Wilder Jr. now.
Yeah, Dennis Wilder, we saw, had a great start there for the race. I mean, got fully alongside Eric Purcell, and then, I mean, really kind of left him in the one. And, fortunately for Purcell, that bottom line, shorter way around the track was able to help him out. But a pretty good jump there from Wilder, and he's able to hold on to P2 for right now.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm trying to find, looks like Nick Gowen got around one car, Drew Wooten as well. So looks like you're starting to even out a little bit back there. The gold deuce of Drew Wooten.
Oh, Nick Gowen backs out of it.
Yeah, not sure what happened there. Maybe he just wasn't liking what was going on and said, hey, I'm going to take my time here. It's getting a little too wild up here for me, so I don't like what I'm seeing. I think I'm just going to stay away from the action right now.
Yeah, not sure there. I mean, yeah, we'd seen him get around the tube of Drew Wooten and was fighting there, trying to take this inside lane that Davis Warren, the league owner, has taken. But yeah, just kind of concedes the position, concedes a ton of time here too. Drops to the back of the field. So it looks like there is a battle here for P8. Kind of 3 to 4 car battle. Eli Lewis in that gritty 3-car. P8 right now, trying to hold off that position from Braden Campbell, as we are still green here, which is, I mean, after seeing the carnage with a couple laps of the heat race, I figured we'd already have it.
The 007 gets loose coming off of turn 4 there.
Yeah, I did almost have the broadcaster's curse there, but thankfully Casey Quigley in the 007. Oh, never mind.
I said 007, you said 007. It's just an 07, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Yellow flag out on the track. Might have got that right rear just a little too hot.
Yeah, we must have just been thinking about James Bond there, I guess, with the 007s. But let's take a quick look here on the Grease Vision instant replay. I know we caught that one pretty much in real time, as I think we kind of, unfortunately for Casey, gave him the broadcaster's curse there, but let's run this back real quick. So as we see him come off of turn 2, just see him lose it on his own. Maybe a little, I mean, he was already going to go around. But...
Yeah, it looked like maybe he clipped the apron there in the middle of the corner, shot him up the track a little bit, maybe steering a little bit too hard to the left and just a little bit too much throttle, and the right rear is already baked from pushing the car so hard, and maybe just broke loose and spun around on him. But I think cool these tires off under yellow here and get the thing back up under control.
Absolutely. And a couple guys able to profit off of that spin. That was a battle for P8, I believe. Casey was in P9 when that went down. Nick Priest, who had started from the rear, or maybe
melancholy. Oh, sorry.
Didn't even start the heat race. So he was working his way from the back. He's 3 spots up so far, currently in 11th, behind Drew Wooten there, already making his way up to 10th, up 2 spots as a result of that spin and some guys checking up and whatnot. So these 2 guys, I mean, there are 2 winners so far this season. You know, they're looking to make a charge here to the front in a hurry.
Yeah, definitely what Drew Wooten wanted to see. He wants to see a couple of 10-lap runs and some yellows here so he can make up some track position and get back to the front. The battle lead, which is what I was watching. I know you had your cameras on some other battles there. Lead for the battle, or the lead for the battle. The battle for the lead wasn't too crazy, but he could have thrown a blanket over the top 4 or 5 cars there. I mean, they were all bumper to bumper, so I don't think this thing's going to be easy for Eric Purcell to just run away with. He's definitely going to have to conserve some tires, keep them things cool, and maybe next green flag run drive away.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see. It doesn't seem like it's quite as the tires burn off quite as fast as they did last week at Kevin Harvick's current raceway.
There you go, finally.
Yeah, you're welcome. Definitely going to see tire saving. I think those are my 2 least favorite words, but you know, it is what it is. That's part of racing, right? So
what is tire saving?
Exactly, full throttle all the time. As we going green this time. Purcell flag in hand goes early.
Don't lift. Here we go. Back underway.
Back underway. Jumps on a huge lead there.
84 takes over the 002.
It looks like Drew Wooten was involved. An accident. The yellow is back out. As we see Twisted T involved. Hold on, we got a lot to catch up on here. Hold on.
Oh, crap.
Oh boy. All right, let's take a look first here. What happened?
Heard something about a shifter knob.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. It looks like it happened on this restart here. So as we take a look at the replay, Drew Wooten there on screen.
Yeah, Kyle Busch into the back of him, maybe.
Oh, exactly.
A couple checkups there.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's
just
gonna be a lot of left rear damage to that car.
yeah, and as that, I mean, so that happens, right? Okay. Then we've got this. So let's back this up
Oh
real quick.
my!
Looks like what happened here. I mean, kind of can tell
The
on the
Twisted T
rewind.
car got Twisted T'd.
Yeah, Eli Lewis just a little too hot.
Yeah.
Oh,
And the 007 gets collected. Nicholas
James
Cohen
Bond.
sneaking by. Nicholas Cohen was the one filming the Twisted T video there.
He was. He was. He's cameraman. So he's a big winner in that, as we saw him back out earlier, you know, and after he was
Big
fighting
camera
there with
theory
Drew.
from big camera theory from Nicholas Cohen. So
Exactly. That's he's able to really profit off of this here, because I mean, you just saw Drew Wooten get involved in the wreck. Cars in front of you wrecking. They're all wrecking, and you're able to stay clean.
yeah,
That's
there's a
what we
lot
love to
of
see.
there's a lot of damaged cars out here. I hope by the end of this thing we have an open wheel modified race, but I see the 3 car coming to pit road as well as Drew Wooten. Get some of that LR damage fixed here.
And as a reminder to the viewers at home, these guys do not have any fast repairs for this series, so these guys got to take the manual damage, which definitely takes some time. It's not a NASCAR pit stop. They're not out there in fire suits and helmets. It's mom and dad out there, and a virtual mom and dad out there in overalls with a beer in their hand. So,
Yep,
they're fixing as fast as they can.
we're gonna pull up. Oh, never mind. We're not gonna do anything. We are back to 1 lap to go here.
Yeah, that was real quick. There was a lot going on for that caution, to be fair. There were 2 wrecks, so maybe next time we'll be able to get
we're
one
gonna
of
get a
these guys
single
up in
file
booth.
restart here.
Oh, interesting. Eric Purcell still flag in hand on this single file restart. He's gonna take the field back to green.
The 84 dropping to the real slow. The yellow is back out.
Yellow is back out.
Sure, Fly Racing didn't like the restart.
Yeah, let's take a look. I think I did see something about Eli Lewis. While we're still under yellow, might as well take a quick look to see what went down. I did see that there
I
was...
heard somebody's blinking really bad and ran all over somebody. I don't know. They're gonna shorten the yellow here, but
yeah, I'm not sure really what
yeah,
happened.
it was stopped under caution apparently, so that speeded up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened. It looked like Eli Lewis had spun around at some point, but I thought maybe it was on the restart or something like that, but I really wasn't able to find too much on the replay that signaled anything interesting. More of just looks like the yellow just came back out. Yeah, I don't know, but with him going with Eli Lewis in the pits, guess
looks like
is he gonna extend it still?
no, we're gonna have 1 to go here, coming to the line, and we're gonna have another single file restart.
Try the single file restart again. Usually, Logan, when you have single file restarts, it always signifies a tough night. But at the same time, we've had less trouble on the double file, so it's just interesting how that works sometimes. That's all I gotta say.
Drivers are getting heated in the chat. That's what we love to hear.
Oh, you hate to see it as we come off of turn 4. Eric Purcell flag in hand. He's going to lead us back to green. This time they're way cleanly.
Yeah, kind of leveling out here. Maybe we might have a little green flag run here. Got a little battle for about
Oh!
P5 here. The 89 up the trick. Oh, the 66 is in the wall. Big wreck down the front straightaway.
Oh my gosh. What just happened?
Have you ever?
No, I've never. Let's take a look at the Grease Vision instant replay. That's not so
We
instant.
see Drew Wooten has retired from the race.
Ooh, championship and playoff implications. So take a look. We kind of caught most of it live, but yeah, the 66 Tristan Stevenson just gets squeezed out by the 89 Bradley Stefani. I'm sorry, Bradley, if that's not how your last name's pronounced. That's how I'm pronouncing it. So
It is now.
it is now as we
Oh.
yeah. And that's gonna also collect Nick Priest goes for a wild ride there. Take a look again here. Nicholas Priest gets tagged by the 66. Woo!
It'd be fun to ride in the cockpit of that 10 car to see what he saw.
Yeah, let's take a look at that while we're still under yellow here. Wait. Here we go. And he gets hit, and he's looking at the grandstands, and when you're in the car, that's never a good thing.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Eli
That's
Lewis
a factor of just people not slowing down, trying to get all they can before the yellow comes out, and it normally comes back to bite you, and it hurts other people too. So, oh yeah, he's not doing good. He's turning almost 180 degrees to go straight. That's probably signifying that the night's over for him.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, that car is pretty beat up, and he's crab walking here down the straight.
He is dirt tracking.
He sure is. He's back in the pits.
He's even crab walking in the pit stall.
Yeah.
That dude right there on the up against the fence is having a great time. He had his hands up. Oh, there's another one. I see another one.
Oh, they're loving it here
time.
in Smyrna. The virtual crowd never disappoints, dude. I mean, at the end of every session, you got Tucker in the flag stand just losing his freaking mind up there. Just getting it. A lot of wrecked race cars tonight already, and we are nowhere close to halfway done.
Yeah, I'm really making the pace car driver work for his hourly paycheck tonight. So
They
I'm
sure
hearing
are.
a couple of F-bombs in the driver chat.
Whoa!
Which is always good for us broadcasters because we love beef, you know what I'm saying? We should be sponsored by Arby's. The lights are back on the pace car. iRacing said, not today. We are going to re-rack them again. Not liking what it's seeing.
Yeah, this is, you know, I would say this is not interesting, but man, we've seen some wild wrecks already. They're just, I mean, we talked about how the width of the track, how there'd be, you know, plenty of room for these guys, but they have proven us completely wrong so far with definitely fighting for every inch of real estate out here. Couple of things to note here. Drew Wooten has packed his things up and gone home. So that's a big what if right there for the point standings. Also, Nick Priest still in the pits, our other winner. Can open the door for a couple of these drivers up in the point standings.
Seeing about 17 out of the 19 started the race, and we only got about 10 cars on the lead lap, 11 cars on the lead lap. So definitely some opportunities for some guys that are behind on points to make a step up. And as we see this green flag, it's back up underway. Eric Purcell dives off into turn 1 in the P1 spot.
Yeah, and Purcell gonna hold on to the lead. Looked like Wilder Jr. there wanted to throw a move there into 1. Got a pretty good jump, but just not really able to make it happen. So he's gonna fall in line as most of the field does the same here. But yeah, it's gonna make things interesting for the point standings with so many guys getting wrecked out early in this race. Still give some time for guys like Nick Gowen, who's already found himself up to P7. Who was, you know, kind of off the pace, dropped way off, we saw at that one point. Now he's, you know, in a good spot, getting these points, and getting points that the guys that are ahead of him in points aren't able to get.
If I'm not mistaken, Nicholas Cohen is our Buffalo Transformer Services Hard Charger Award right now.
Oh, I hate to tell you, but you're wrong. It's actually going to go to the 38 here, Braden Goddard. We saw him. We
Oh.
saw he was the one that sent Nick Priest on a wild ride through the front stretch. After that wreck on the last restart, but he is up 12 spots from his starting position. So starting basically at the back or all the way at the back actually in 17th and moving his way up to P5 right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with the paint scheme on the 16 there. It looks like whoever did the wrap on that may have ran out of one of the the colors of ink and couldn't complete it correctly. But hey, sometimes you got to show up to the track with what you got.
That's true. Yeah, maybe. Hey, now I'm all for spending less on the wrap and spending more on that car. He's sitting in P4 right now, 4 spots up. Definitely say it's paid off so far, but we got a long way to go in this thing for these guys. So I'm not going to try to curse them yet.
This battle for the lead starting to heat up with Dennis Wilder Jr. and Eric Purcell. I think this is what Dennis wanted. He wants to see these green flag runs. He wants to, make a move on the 88, showing the 51, but the 88 car of Eric Purcell.
Yeah, Wilder taking a little look there to the inside. Eric looked like he was totally okay with giving it to him if he did decide to make the move. So Eric feeling really confident up front, not really threatened by anything that Wilder's doing so far. You see him kind of take that higher line again, get the drive off of the corner. Coming up on some lap traffic, and that always makes things really interesting. That's the 10 of Nick Priest. We saw Crab walking across the track.
Oh my, see, Dennis Wilder Jr. starting to peek that nose up under the 51 there.
He's thinking about it. I mean, that's kind of what he was thinking there, but we have a little battle brewing right here for P7. Nick Owen able to solidify the spot. Look like him and Eli Lewis are bouncing back and forth for the 7th position there for quite a while.
Yeah, as we see Nick going, trying to hunt down the 70 of Davis Warren there. Oh, 70 had a bad exit there. He gets all over the back bumper. Looks like Nick had to check up a little bit. May have ruined his whole straightaway, but...
Yeah, Nick looks like he's in full tire saving mode right now. Able to be aggressive when he wants to be, but not all the time. It looked like, to me, I saw the same thing. I saw Davis get a little loose off of 4, and I figured Nick would take the position right then and there, but backed off, gave him some space, taking his time through this pack here. Currently P7, 6 spots up from where he started after that big wreck in the heat race for him, including him and Drew Wooten.
See the 16 starting to try to make some moves here on the 84 of Avery Schwalm.
Yeah, it just makes you wonder if Avery kind of just drove too hard. As these 4 cars were pretty tight at the beginning of this, this last restart, but Avery's kind of dropped off a little bit. As I say that, he's starting to drive back towards the front 2, but I don't know, it seems like going down the straights, they kind of start to leave him, so maybe sacrificing a little bit too much on the exit and trying to make it up on entry, which for your tires, not the best thing, but, for a position can pay off, but I don't know if that's something you can do with Robert Arch all over the back of you.
Yeah, definitely. As we see Dennis Wilder Jr. still trying to work over Eric Purcell. I think he's just trying to keep steady pressure there. I don't think he's trying to do anything too aggressive yet. I think in the next 15, 20 laps, we're going to see a move be made here on the leader.
It'll be interesting, too, to see what happens with this tire strategy. Should we have a caution after the halfway point? See if some guys stay out, take 2, take all 4. We'll see what happens, but looks like there was interesting development here. Braden Goddard in 38, just talking about him up in P5. He finds himself back in P9. Looked like he had a bit of an incident. Not sure who all was involved with that, but
Davis Warren also dropping back.
Yeah, maybe it was him and Davis Warren that got into each other as they round out our top 10 respectfully, but we see the 3 of Eli Lewis able to hop back in front of Nick Goen. I know they were fighting there for quite a while, and now we see Eli back out in front of Nick.
Yeah, just a little product of it. We know Nick loves saving tire, and when the night goes his way, he's unbeatable with that tire saving strategy. But I don't know. Is he saving tire? Does he have damage? I'm not real sure. He can't catch everything on track, but definitely find out as these laps wind down here. So we're 1 lap away from halfway. So what's the tire strategy if the yellow does come out, which it's bound to?
Yeah, we'll have to see for sure, because, I mean, you know the right sides are going to be worn a lot, right? It's just a matter of if I throw the right side tires on it, is it going to be too loose to drive it with the lefts being, really hot and worn out? Looks like, from what I can remember, I remember Eli Lewis getting into Nick Priest there on that wreck on the front stretch. So I know he's got some sort of damage. Might be kind of difficult to see with his black paint scheme, but I think Nick Goen should be pretty much clean for now. As we take a look back at the race for the lead, Dennis Wilder's still able to hang tight here with Eric Purcell.
Yeah, and he's still right there on that back bumper. Like I said, I think he's just trying to put pressure on him, trying to make his burner stuff up. Make him make a mistake and go around him and drive off.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll take a look back at this battle for third. And yeah, I mean, since the last time we checked in, these two have definitely kind of dropped off the pace. Is the 16 going to get into...
Oh! Big wreck!
Oh, wow. We were able to catch that one live, and I'm glad we did. But let's take one more look at what just happened. Maybe we even get a little slow-mo action going on. So we rewind the wreck between Schwalm and Robert. Let's take it back to the beginning of the corner here. And we're actually going to go on board here, if I can find it. We're going to go on board here with Robert. Let's show that. I'm going to go in quarter or slower speed here as they enter into the corner.
We do have our leaders going down pit road right now.
So leaders are into the pits as we take a look at this wreck. I'm just watching the hands here. So a little bit of a boot there. Just going to send Schwalm wide and just stays in it. I mean, not really much else you could do at that point, but if we take a look back at Schwalm, he's not happy at all.
Yeah, that's might be just a little bit, a lot of it most definitely was retaliation there, but
yeah, that's I mean, I get it. I've been there. I think we all have, but yeah, that's instant kind of karma there for the 16 in my opinion. You get into them, you kind of just try to drive through them, and you get spun as a result right afterwards. But Logan, take us through some of the pit stops here that we saw some of these leaders make.
yeah, it looks like Eric Purcell's going to come out in the lead. I don't know if Davis Warren took 2 or just didn't pit, but he's going to come out 4th. Eli Lewis and Braden Goddard stayed out. And they're going to be our pole sitters for the restart here. Dennis Wilder. Oh, okay. Davis Warren just dropped back to... I don't know what's going on here. I guess now. Davis... okay, so he must have waited. I'm not sure what that's all about.
Yeah, I think
so Davis... it's going to be pretty much our same lineup. It looks like Nick Goen made up a couple spots. Maybe took right sides only. Maybe he thought maybe I saved enough lefts. It's not going to matter, so... I don't know. It's going to be interesting here.
Definitely will. I think what's really going to be interesting here on this restart is going to be these top 2 guys, Eli Lewis and Braden Goddard, right behind them, who are still in that same set, to my knowledge, of tires. Unless they came in when they took damage, repairs, they could have taken their set then.
I'm going to bring up Nicholas going to the booth. Let's see what his pitch strategy is here.
All right.
Hey, Nick, Owen. This is Logan and Nathan in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
So, talk us through that pitch strategy there. We saw you enter a little bit further back in the pack, but it looks like you made up some spots towards the leaders. We had 2 cars stay out. But tell us what your pitch strategy is here.
I mean, fresh tires are fast tires, so it's just trying to take advantage of the situation. I mean, I got a handful of guys up here. I know Dennis is pretty quick. Eli's on older tires. Eric's pretty fast. So I mean, I'm just curious to see like what the pace is here. So started the back. I've been saving pretty much the whole race so far, but now it's going to be, I guess, go time. So we'll see what happens.
All right, buddy. I'll get you back down to your team. Good luck.
Thank you.
That is Nick going to be starting in 6th there on the outside as Eli Lewis in the 3 is going to take us back green.
Yeah, pretty good start there for Eli Lewis. The 38's making a lot of noise on the outside as he pushes up the track. Eric Purcell pushing really hard with his fresh tires. Once they come up to heat, they're going to have a hard time holding him off, I think.
Yeah,
I think see the 38, or I'm sorry, is that not the 38, the 84. Making some noise under Eric Purcell for P3 right now.
Yeah, he's making it interesting. Definitely making Eric think a little bit more out there. Eric's going to take the position, or likely take the position away here from the 38 of Braden Goddard. On those old tires. Oh, there's contact between Schwalm and Goddard. Schwalm forcing his way through there. And if I'm Goddard, I get that I kind of gambled on the old tires and really didn't set myself up in the best position, but that's always a tough way to lose a handful of spots real quick.
Yeah, definitely. Nothing good comes out of staying out on old tires in most situations. Sometimes it can work out in your favor, but a lot of the times it ends up getting you damage, just like we just saw, or even worse in a wreck. So we see the battle.
Oh!
The 88!
Big trouble!
The 88 of Eric Purcell, our race leader from earlier. Hard contact. As we have a new race leader now.
Let's go and sit in the drone cam here of Eric Purcell. Let me see if I can find him here. We're going to sit here in the drone cam as they come off of turn number 2, I believe. I think I went back far enough. So this is off of 2, and oh man, now that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, see, it's hard to call that there. If it's either you say, Eric Purcell probably should have backed off a little bit, maybe take his time. He's got fresher tires. He's gonna pass him. At the same time, the 3 of Eli Lewis came off the corner a little shallow and then tries to shoot up the track in front of him to block him. And you have to know he's on fresher tires. He's going to be faster than you on the exit. So it's a little bit of give and take on both ends there. I would say that I'd probably put that on the 3 car because, yeah, I mean, you can't hold on to the lead forever with older tires. But I guess you could see it either way. I'm going to go with that's the 3's fault there.
Yeah, I think I'll probably have to say the same as... It looks like I can't get all the way back live. There we go. Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be on the 3 car of Eli Lewis, who I believe now is out of the race. Let me see. Eli Lewis. Yeah.
Yes, he has retired from the session. So right now we have Avery Schwalm first in the 84 car, and the 002 Dennis Wilder Jr. has been very fast all night. He's in second. Nicholas Goen making his first appearance into the podium position in the P3 in the 8 car. Travis Ellington in the 59 in 4th position, and Braden Goddard in P5 in that 38 machine.
Yeah, that's I really feel like Eli did a much better job than I thought that him and Braden on old tires would be able to do, holding off these leaders on brand new tires. But I think his time was up and he really wasn't ready for it. There, I have to agree with you on that. I think that he just took what wasn't quite there and tried to hold him off for one more corner, and that was one too many. But yeah, I mean, I think we're sitting here now with 7 cars, 7, 8, maybe 9 cars on the lead lap after that incident. Eric Purcell still going to be in 5th, so not out of this thing yet as we look to go back green. Pace car off into the pits. Avery Schwalm flag in hand, and we're green.
Blink, 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 blink. All right.
Blink, blink is right.
Nicholas going, trying to put his nose up under the 002. Dennis Wilder Jr. not quite going to get there. See the 84 and the 002 going to start battling it out. I think the 002 is a little bit faster than the 84, but we're definitely going to have to see.
Yeah, something we watched earlier in this race when the 002 is still in 2nd, but 84 was in 3rd, is that 002 is a little bit better at preserving those tires on the long run. And we still have, you know, a good amount of laps to go where the tire strategy is going to matter. It's not just all full throttle balls to the wall racing quite yet. As you know, Nick Gowen just kind of patiently waiting there in 3rd for these guys to just continue to fight. Maybe he can pull a blinder on them and come away with a win here. But again, long time to go here in the race.
Yeah, we got about 28, 25-ish laps to go. Quick math there. I'm not doing that in depth. Not a lot going on track right now. I think that 002 is trying to do what he was doing to Eric Purcell earlier.
Looks like Purcell looking to make the move on Goddard here.
Yeah, as hard as he hit the wall, I'm very shocked. And Eric Purcell, they
get into each other
save
again.
It.
Wow.
Eric Purcell got a lot of right front damage there. Uh-oh. That 38 does not look happy.
I've seen this one before. Oh, it looks like he's going to play nice, but Purcell loose. Oh, man, we've seen a lot of payback racing tonight.
We definitely have. 38 is battling him hard.
He's doing everything he can to get to that left rear, and we all know why, but...
A lot of the racing has been hard tonight. A lot of hard racing tonight, Nathan. A lot of hard racing tonight.
Super, super hard racing. As we see Purcell able to stretch it out, not under threat anymore, would take an absolute dive bomb for the 38 to really do much about what happened a couple laps back. But Eric Purcell going to work his way back up to 4th, but granted, they're about a corner and a half behind the top 3 here. So all that battling just going to allow this top 3 to kind of extend out, create their own little pack.
Yeah, definitely. I see Nicholas Goins trying to hang on the tailcoat of the leaders here. Maybe he hopes they get side by side and give him an easy route to get right up behind him and catch up on any mistakes they might have. You never know what can happen, as we've seen tonight.
Yeah, we've for sure seen it all tonight. But if I'm Dennis Wilder in the cockpit of that 002 machine, I'm thinking exactly what you just said, right? If I go up and start battling Avery Schwalm, that's only going to bring one more car into the mix for first here. So if I'm him, I'm, biding my time. I know I've got the speed. I know I've got, the tire wear advantage over Avery Schwalm, at least, based on earlier laps. I'm just going to wait. And then at the very last minute, then I'm going to take the move. But we'll have to see how Dennis Wilder Jr. thinks through this. Is Avery Schwalm still in the lead here with 20 laps to go? He's looks like he's doing a pretty good job at keeping all 4 tires underneath him, not really getting too crazy loose or anything, not sliding the car a ton out of the corner and burning up the rear tires.
Absolutely. As we have seen the admins disable the driver chat, it is getting real spicy up in here.
Yeah, never a good thing during the race when the admins have to step in and disable the chat. That's usually not so nice words being said between the drivers.
The
As
yellow
yellows,
flag
ow,
is out.
and the 38 of Braden Goddard going to be involved again. Let's take a look
I
here.
think I might know what happened here.
Do you? I don't know. We'll have to see here.
What
It
happened?
looks like he may have been.
Oh, did he get twisted teed?
I believe he got twisted teed here as they head into one. He's gonna. Oh
No, he twisted teed
no!
himself.
Oh, little contact there from the 16, but he was already going around on his own. Good news for Braden. Two good things, right? Not much damage. Other good thing, only 9 cars in the lead lap.
Well, you should have
So
said not much additional damage because I mean
that's fair. That's fair. Not much
that's
additional
foul.
damage. As let's take a look back here live. So Braden Goddard gonna be dropping here to the rear of the field.
He's gonna be what?
He's dropping to the rear of the field. And we got some ducks out in the crowd apparently. But yeah.
You said he was gonna be. I didn't know where you were going with that.
That's fair. That's fair. That's not foul. That is fair. So yeah, he's he's up in a believe P5 when that happened. It's gonna be restarting here in P7. So really only 2 positions sacrificed by that spin, but you gotta imagine the tires. Oh, looks like we are already 1 to green here.
Yeah, we shortened the yellow here. These guys
blink, blink. Back to green. Avery Schwam lead him into 1. Nick going there on the inside, trying to have a look there at Eric Purcell, but Purcell with a great run out of 2. Oh, is there close? Oh!
That is Eric Purcell's fault 120%. I mean, there's a car below you, and you just chop his nose, and that takes out Dennis Wilder Jr.
That it does. Let's take another look at that one.
Unless I saw that incorrectly, it just looked like maybe he chopped the nose of the 8 car.
Let's take a look here at Purcell's drone cam as they head into the corner. We're going to slow it down a little bit. I'm going to speed it up for now. Slow it down a little bit. Looks like, yeah, Purcell's going to take a super narrow intro with the car there. And, yeah, as he corrects, just... I'm going to take out Wilder there, and looks like Wilder not too much damage as of yet. And I take it all back. He's getting absolutely destroyed here in slow motion by the Twisted T car. It was the 33 of Braden Campbell, and then league owner Davis Warren just not quite able to check up in time. That's going to be some massive damage there for Dennis Wilder Jr. Well, Logan, 11 to go.
Well,
Avery Schwam in the lead. You got Nick going. You got Purcell. Now, out of all the incidents tonight, we've seen Nick get involved in a few, but his car is by far the cleanest of these top 3. As we've seen Schwam hook Robert Arch in the wall. We've seen Purcell in multiple instances. So you got to imagine Nick Gowen's got to feel pretty good about his shot here.
Yeah, but I'm starting to see that maybe the damage isn't really hurting these cars as much as you would think. I mean, the Eric Purcell drove right back to the front there, no issues. So I'm not real sure that this thing is still out of reach for Eric Purcell.
That's very true too. We did see after his wreck from the lead, we saw him, or the provisional lead, I should say, with Eli Lewis on old tires. We saw him restart in 6th, make it back up to 5th for the next restart, and then drive his way into 4th. Now he's sitting here in 3rd after the contact with Wilder. So yeah, that's I think you're right, man. I don't think the damage is really affecting them too much. I think the only thing I could really see is that possibly just, making the car a little bit tighter, but lights are off on the pace car. Avery Schwalm gonna rip the high side. And we are back green. Eric Purcell. Kind of a
Jumping
cheeky little move.
Yeah, it's... I don't know if the admins are going to like that. He didn't complete the pass. I don't think they're going to say anything. But...
Yeah, don't think he's going to say it. They're going to say too much just because the pass wasn't complete. As we see, Purcell pretty loose off of 4. You got to imagine that handling's kind of cooked.
As we're seeing this thing going to wind down to 6 laps to go here at the stripe.
Dennis Wilder
Dennis
Jr.
Wilder.
Oh!
He's at every inch.
Yes, he is. As he's looking to make that pass on the Robert Arch, just not quite going to happen. Just can't get away from him, but yeah, almost another big wreck there, taking out almost the rest of the field. Some contact there with the Twisted T. That's going to allow Wilder Jr. to finally settle into 4th, but let's take a look back.
Nicholas going in the wall.
Nick Gowen tagged the wall a little bit. Not ideal when you only got a handful of laps to go. Avery Schwalm still able to maintain the lead, and it's officially time to send it for these guys because only a handful of laps, tires, doesn't matter. See that gap closing down here. Gonna get interesting with only a couple laps to go.
Yeah, definitely. There's only 3 laps to go. Oh, we see Eric Purcell get really loose coming off of turn 2 there. Winding down to 2 laps to go here. Is Nicholas going to have any dive bomb moves that are going to make it happen here? It's going to have to happen in these next 2 laps if he wants that W.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's able to quite get up there. He's really going to have to do something wild here. As the yellow
is out.
Oh my, that's exactly what you want to see if you're Nick. That's exactly what you don't want to see if you're Avery Schwalm. But let's take a look here at the wreck replay. Figure out what happened. I believe it may have been the 16 of Arch. Let's take a look here. As we take a look, 16 of Arch here behind Wilder, just gonna lose it. Man, we've seen a lot of these guys lose it off
hard
of turn
contact
2
with the inside wall.
Yeah, that's tough for him, but really only sacrificing a position or 2, honestly, with so many cars wrecked. But yeah, look, we've seen a lot of the... Oh, he's gonna dive into the pits. He might have some required repairs, which might take him out of the hunt for the top 8.
As we are going to see this back to double file restart here, and we're going to have our first of 3 attempts at a green-white checkered.
Yeah, it's exactly what you want to see if you're Nick Gowen here. Unfortunately, iRacing does not have the choose cone, but I think I'd rather have the high side anyway in this position, just because, you know, a lot of guys been able to carry a lot of speed on that high side on the restart tonight. Hoping that, if you're Nick Gowen, you're hoping that you can be one of those guys and get a good jump here from Avery Schwalm. But yeah, we'll just kind of have to see how this pans out on this first green-white checkered.
FBI, open up!
Hold on, my pizza's here. I'll be right back.
Oh my gosh, little pizza delivery up in the booth. Could have at least shared. We're getting hungry out here at New Smyrna.
Hungry is definitely what Nicholas Gowen is right now. He wants this win more than anybody, I can tell you that.
He really wants to win this one.
Man, this feels like the longest yellow flag we've had all night.
Yeah, I know. I mean, hopefully we go back to double file here. Let's see.
We ran a few laps under green, so it looks like it's gonna go double file. The
Yeah,
pace
here we
car
go.
lights are off. Here we go.
So here we go. Avery Schwalm gonna be in that position that holds the green flag here. Nick Gowen lined up to his right. Eric Purcell, after all of the incidents so far, is gonna still be there hunting in P3. Dennis Wilder Jr. all the way back up to 4th. As we roll off here, Avery
Here we
Schwalm
go. Oh,
going green.
big jump by the leader here.
Yeah, looked like he had a little bit of help from Purcell there, but Nick Gowen still able to hold P2 from Purcell as we're coming here to the white flag. Dennis Wilder Jr. all over the rear of Nick Gowen. Nick looking to make a move here on Schwalm.
Next flag ends the race. This race is official. Nicholas Gowen closing the gap just a little bit. Is he going to be able to make a move here going into turn 3? He's not.
Not quite going to be enough. The 84 of Avery Schwalm is going to survive and win here. Oh!
Oh my goodness.
Oh my, Purcell just has a complete Alt F4 moment.
Yeah.
Oh!
Climax corner. Oh my goodness.
And we got
gets
Schwalm
cleaned
through
out.
the air. I mean, we already heard it, right? Tensions were beyond high as the admins had to disable the chat in the race. So we definitely knew with these virtual race cars not costing anything but the price of the car on iRacing itself, there's definitely gonna be some carnage.
Yep, and Nathan, I know you have a couple interesting questions here lined up for these drivers tonight, so.
That we do, and I can actually, let me send you some of these questions now, and
So you're gonna send me some questions to ask, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. We'll send you some interesting questions in case you don't have to use them if you don't want to, but I'll send you some interesting questions here as we will bring up the feature race. We'll talk about this real quick before we get some of these drivers in here, but as we take a look at the finish, Avery Schwalm, your winner tonight. Nick Gowen gonna be on the podium in P2, Dennis Wilder Jr. in P3 to round out the podium, Eric Purcell in 4th, Travis Ellington in 5th. And
I'm sorry, I am reading your questions right now.
No, you're good. You're good. I do want to bring up here our Buffalo Transformer Services Hard Charger Award is going to go to the 8 car of Nick Gowen in P2. So a big run for him tonight, up 11 spots from the start of this race. Definitely a good run for him. Managed to avoid a lot of trouble that plagued other drivers. So yeah, well, I mean I think that's all I've got for now. But let's go ahead and get some of these guys up in the booth, Logan.
All right, you're gonna lead it off this week because we're gonna bring Dennis Wilder Jr. up into the booth first.
Dennis Wilder, this is Nathan and Logan in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Dennis, man, a great race from you tonight. I just got one question for you. We're gonna switch it up a little bit here in the booth. I just got one question. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Interesting. All right, Logan, over to you.
All right. Well, we're not asking about tire saving tonight, so we're just gonna do interesting questions. Is fire on fire?
Sounds good to me. Let's get it. I think you're gonna have a great interview right here.
Oh man. Well, you've heard it here from Dennis. Dennis, a great run from you tonight. We saw you battle, a lot through the field, through wrecks, through everything, and you come home in a podium spot. Great run. Anybody you'd like to thank for your performance tonight?
Yeah, everybody that like I said before last week. I mean, everybody that helps out, with steering setups and things like that, where we can make it fast and stay fast throughout the race. Man, just it seems like everybody starts drinking through hot dog straws, if I will, with 10 to go. It's you go through the whole race and you get 0x and you give people room and you race them clean, and then man, it's just like a damn dogfight at the end. It's you got a target on your back, you
Yeah.
know. And
Oh yeah.
you know, like I said in the race there towards the end, you know, I'm tired of getting ran over. So next week it's going to be one corner for me. You hold me up one corner, you're going to get shipped in the next. So there are going to be a lot of repercussions in the next race for me because I'm tired of getting ran over and there's nothing getting done about it.
Bringing the fire.
This is the way it is. You know, it's dog eat dog now. And, you know, luckily we've came home with a top 5 finish every week, but it's not from something that's been a bonehead move on the racetrack, you know, and it's, you buy these rigs and you race these races, you want to have fun. Nobody wants to get junked, you know, when you've raced 100 laps clean. But, you know, some people take it as, you know, this is real life. So it's real quick thing. If this was real life, there would have been a lot of ass beatings out there tonight for sure. It's a tough thing, man. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's supposed to be fun, and, you know, you can make what you make of it, but, you know, from now on, it's like I said, it's dog eat dog, and we're gonna be the hot dog that people have to drink through.
I love it, Dennis.
We can't wait.
Love it. I absolutely love it. I love the drive out of you every week, and I absolutely love the passion here in the booth. But we thank you again for, you know, another great finish from you. It's excellent, you know, race to call as always. Excellent to follow you as well. You know, to see your strategy and kind of how you work through the field and everything. But we will let you go for tonight, man. Have a good one.
Yes, sir, man. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all for doing the commentary and stuff like that. It makes it fun. You know, maybe next week we'll get one. I thought we had the car tonight to win, but, you know, bad luck struck us again. So appreciate you guys, and see you next week.
Yes,
Yep,
sir.
sounds
We'll
good.
talk to you soon.
That is Dennis Wilder, our P3 finisher. Logan, let's pull up Nicky Dallas. I got a question for him. Nick, going. It's Nathan and Logan in the booth. It's your first time seeing us so far. How you doing?
I'm feeling pretty good. Finally happy to get a podium in the series. I don't know, it makes me feel like I'm doing something right. Although I may not be the fastest on track, but just happy to finish towards the front.
I hear you. Yeah, definitely kept a clean car tonight. But as I told you earlier, man, I'm gonna ask you some different questions here. Not really racing related, just trying to, you know, get the chat riled up and everything. I got one question. Should you wet your toothbrush before or after putting toothpaste on it?
Before.
All right.
Who sticks a dry toothbrush in their mouth?
Oh.
No. Before before or after putting toothpaste on it?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, before the toothpaste.
You wet it
I
before the
disagree.
toothpaste.
Yeah, because you get all the bristles wet instead of just like the top. Because like if you put the toothpaste on there, it's still going to cover pretty much the majority of the bristles on the brush. So, I mean, you're going to be sticking mostly a dry toothbrush in your mouth still.
Interesting. Interesting here from our P2 driver. Logan, what you got for him?
All right, Nick, does toilet paper go over or under the toilet paper holder?
Over.
Hey, man,
Okay,
that's a good
I'll
man
agree
right
with
there.
I'll agree with you on that. The toothpaste thing, disagree, but I will agree with you.
Hey,
on
man,
that.
I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do or how things are when you put them in your mouth.
Whoa, pause. All right. Well, on that note, Nick, a good drive from you tonight. You kept it clean. You're able to find yourself in P2. You know, you were really close to being able to make a move, just not quite close enough, but a great drive nonetheless. Anybody you'd like to thank for tonight?
Thank you guys for doing the broadcast, and thank you to our league owner for putting this on, and thank you to all the viewers at home. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we'll see you in the next one.
Wow, I didn't even think it's paint guy. Anyways, yeah, man, good to talk
I am
to
my
you.
paint guy. What are you talking about?
Well, it's good to talk to you, Nick. Good run tonight, and hopefully we'll be up here talking to you soon in the booth.
All right, thank you guys.
Yep.
That is Nicky Dallas, P2 finisher for tonight. Let's go ahead and bring up Avery Schwalm. Avery, this is Nathan and Logan in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes.
Avery, man, we saw you in some incidents throughout the race, but I do just got one question for you.
These are going to be different questions than racing questions, just so you know.
Since tomatoes are technically fruits, does that make ketchup a jam?
Sure. I mean, technically.
Interesting. Logan, what you got?
Do straws have 2 holes or 1 hole?
Ooh.
I'm gonna go 2 holes.
Why? Explain, elaborate a little bit on that.
Yeah, you're a race winner. You got to elaborate a little bit.
It's long enough to where there's a hole on each end of a long cylinder.
Spicy.
But it's all
I
one
like it.
cylinder, so technically it could be 1 hole.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go with 2.
All right.
Okay.
I like it.
Well,
Two
man.
holes on the straw, man.
Well, tell us how you held off all those guys behind you there on those last couple restarts. You're doing a great job jumping on those restarts. Walk us through those last couple restarts and tell us how you held everybody off.
Yeah, it was definitely nerve-wracking at the end, but a lot of the fast guys were starting to get knocked out, and just kind of found me with a 3rd place car up there and had a shot to win. Got some damage when the 3 and the 88 got together, but it wasn't bad enough to where it really affected the car, and really just focused on hitting my marks and just stayed just ahead of the 2nd place guys to not get bumped out of the way, and that's all that mattered.
That's right. You don't delete them all, just the last one, right? But Avery, a great drive for you tonight. Your first win of the season so far. Anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's performance?
No, not really. It's just kind of me.
I hear you, big dog. Logan, you want to send it off?
Yeah, man. Well, we definitely appreciate you racing here in the GreaseCar series. Congratulations on your win tonight. Heck of a run from you. And hopefully we will see you up here soon in the booth so we can talk to you again and ask you some more awkward questions.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, man.
That was Avery Schwalm in the 84, our race winner for tonight here at New Smyrna Speedway for the Boyd Technology 104. Logan, man, I think you said it earlier, but we have seen it all tonight. I mean, we saw Drew Luton, our points leader and 2-time race winner, get destroyed early on. Along with Nick Parise going flying through the air, waving to the front stretch like he's Lightning McQueen or something. He goes out fairly early. Still ends up P9, so not a bad points day overall for him. You know, could be way worse. And we see a new winner tonight, Avery Schwalm in the 84. So yeah, I mean, I don't know about you, man, but I'm pretty satisfied with kind of the diversity we saw tonight throughout the field. Definitely gonna shake things up for the points. We'll have to see how the points kind of work out with everything there, with the drop week I believe now being implemented after this race. But yeah, what you got for me?
Yeah, it was definitely it was interesting to say the least. I really hope to see that Twisted Tea car back next week so we can talk a little bit more about that. But Nathan, I have a question for you.
What's up?
Is water wet?
No,
Why?
because for something to be wet, it must be covered in water. But water cannot be covered in itself because it is itself. Quick thoughts.
Well, then that brings me to my second question. Is fire on fire?
See, I'm gonna have to disagree with what Dennis Water said. I'm gonna have to go no, because for the same reason. Can't have fire on top of fire. It's just fire.
What if you drop a pile of fire on fire, though?
Is there 2 fires or 1 fire?
2 fires.
Alrighty. Well, I think that might do it for us tonight here on Grease Vision. Thank you again for joining us. For everyone that's still here in the chat and viewing, Be sure, if you haven't already, I hope you have, but if you haven't, this is your gentle/aggressive reminder to subscribe to Grease Vision on YouTube, and be sure to like our streams as well. It definitely helps out with reaching out to new fans. Tell your friends and family about it if you enjoy it. Hopefully you come on here, have a good time, able to watch some really good racing. Logan, you got anything before we close out?
I thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. Be sure to come back next Wednesday. Or do not come back next Wednesday because we won't be here.
2 weeks from now.
Yeah, 2 weeks from now. I should be listening more often. Probably help me out. But yeah, thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, well, that's going to do it for us here on Grease Vision.
Oh.
Thanks again for watching, and we will see you next time. Good night.